I ended up working at a furniture store called The Brick in Canada. And my sales manager had a half brother that would come in every once in a while. And I thought this guy was a drug dealer, right? Like brand new Escalade, brand new Corvette, treated an ATM like it was his piggy bank. When we go out as a group, I was like, what's this guy do? He's like, this guy's a drug dealer. Because my brain wasn't capable at that time of thinking he did anything else. It was also based on the way he dressed and stuff like that. Turns out he was an online marketer, specifically email marketing. So he was doing bulk commercial email marketing with affiliate products. So affiliate products, if you don't know what they are, is just simply, Huggies or Tide or whoever gives you the opportunity to do advertisements on the internet for them. And they give you a link. So when a sale or a click or whatever conversion they're looking for is made, they give you a piece of, they pay you. They give you some money for at different tiers of whatever they're trying to achieve, right? You're familiar with it. So that's what he was doing. I learned very quickly the power of scale. So it was like, cool, was very complicated to set up all the things you need to set up to be able to efficiently send email out and end up in the inbox and not in the spam folder. That was complicated. But if you could do it and you had a large email list, the second you hit send, well, imagine what you'd have to convert if you're sending 8 million people, which is what he was, 8 million people an email that would go out in 2 hours. So in 2 hours, he could reach 8 million people's inboxes. Well, what do you think the conversion rate would have to be if you're getting paid $8 for every person that just clicks that link and opens it up and goes to the website? Like, it was stupid money. The guy's making like $750,000 a month by himself. Like, that was like,
how do you get access to those emails? Is it sketchy?
That's a whole nother podcast. So they, just going back to that, when I'm the type of person that when I find out that someone's doing something like that and that intrigues me, my brain immediately goes to, well, if he can do it, I can do it. That's just how I'm built for whatever reason. Like I said, my upbringing, the environment I was raised in, the way my parents coached me when I played sports. My parents were like, you can do this. My coaches were like, you can do this. Right. So I was instilled and got that self-confidence from a young age. And when I became an adult, and I'd see someone doing something, that's how my brain worked. So I was super intrigued by this. I was like, this guy's truly living that laptop lifestyle. So he could go anywhere he wanted in the world with an internet connection, connect to his virtual mailing software that virtually held all the data, and worked with what's called an affiliate network, which doesn't charge you anything to sign up. You just sign up, and they have thousands of affiliate offers, thousands of companies that have affiliate links to sell their product or service or whatever, right? Some are on conversion where you have to buy something to get paid. Some are just, you can get paid just for someone clicking a link and opening up just for impressions, right? So I was like, man, this is nuts. So anyhow, we ended up becoming closer friends over the course of the next year. And when we were hanging out, he always wanted me to stay longer, but I had commitments. I had work on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He wanted to go party. I was like, I can't go party with you. I have a job. So eventually that annoyed him enough that he was like, quit your job, come work for me. I need you to come party with me. Like, quite literally.
Wow.
And so I eventually left that furniture job I was at for 4.5 years and went back into some type of a entrepreneurial type of situation with him. That year was one of the most interesting years of my life because I learned so much about this new industry. I got to travel with him. It was very exciting in a lot of ways, but it was also one of the most toxic relationships I'd ever been in because his partying was in excess and it was too much for me.
Like, what's too much?
We went to Vegas one time, stayed there for 45 days straight. He spent just shy of $2 million on quite literally alcohol and the strip club. in 45 days.
Was he gambling at all or no? Was it
Yeah,
just like
yeah, he actually made money gambling. He was quite
did?
good at gambling or lucky.
Wow. Probably luck. Let's go with luck.
Bit of luck there.
Wow.
Just reckless luck. Yeah. Yeah, I'd never seen anything like it since. It was too much. Like I was.
So what was like the daily spend like of this guy?
If I could say like, just picture what you would think Motley Crue in their prime would be like.
Yeah.
Without the drugs. He didn't do any drugs. He was just a smoker and a drinker.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
And he went out like nearly every night.
Oh, every day. Day club during the day. Nightclub at night. That's the crazy part was like, he would party all night, get like 5 hours of sleep, beat me to waking up because I'd wake up to like the smell of like cigarettes and ketchup because he had ordered room service at 3 a.m. and I was just destroyed. I'm like, I don't know how much longer I can keep up with this, but I was learning, right? I was just so valuable and I was meeting contacts of his that he knew. And so I was just willing to sacrifice something for a little while, right? I knew eventually I'd pull the ripcord because I was just like, I can't keep doing this. But yeah, he'd wake up first thing in the morning and just be like,
some people could do that though in like 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, like he'd be working
all night and they're fine.
Get his mail out in the morning. Yeah, get his mail out in the morning. That email, he get it, most of it going, but it runs, right? Like once you send it, you hit send, it runs. Now you do need to watch it, you know, depending on what mail you're sending, because you can get error codes on certain IPs, and you have to get rid of those IPs so it doesn't take out all the those error codes don't take out all the IPs. Getting kind of into the postmaster side of things, but yeah, it was wild. So he'd work in the morning and then check on stuff during the day, and back then it was quite simple. Then email got a lot more complicated, but we're talking, you know, back in the wild west when it was just the canned spam act where nothing really happened.
So how did that then lead to a Lambo? How much were you making with him?
I was making like 10 to 15,000 a month just working for him, just sending out some of his email.
Wow.
And he also had other people besides me. So he had some, that's how, when you said, when did he work? He would check on stuff, but then he also had like more versions of me, you know, the minions.
Yeah, sure.
And, yeah, I did that for a little over a year with him. And then we had a falling out over some like stupid stuff. And then I'm like, I just can't keep up with this. So I took what I learned and went, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be him. I'm going to make $500,000 a month.